happened 500 years ago, but it's been 500 years since their last cannibal case before this one, right? And so we're going to be talking about Guerrero's cannibal from Mexico. So shout out to Alex. She actually requested this on our Google Docs form, which will be in like the link of the description, whether you're watching this on YouTube, on Spotify, or when this when the episodes get posted.
Yo, W Alex, let's go.
Oh no, that's my goal. She actually works for the magazine, I think, one or the other. So my
Bro,
goal,
you got
my
fans.
goal.
You got fans.
I got fans. Hey, smoke. Get me off.
All right.
So basically, this case will be containing disturbing topics, especially cannibalism, mutilation of body parts, and a lot more. But it's mainly just cannibalism and mutilation of body parts. And I saw the pictures actually. So when I was doing research, I opened this one of my source links. It instantly just showed me the crime scene photos. I was like, oh my god.
That seems like. Is that legal to just like have? I mean, it is the internet. Never mind. There's worse things on the internet.
It is. I think you're allowed to post crime. Like the police is allowed to post crime scene photos if they have consent or something.
Because I know you can request the documents, but I don't know if it's like
Well, okay. Here's the thing. When I did my first case on Ed Gein, there are crime scene photos. I'm pretty sure after a certain time period, you're allowed to post them, maybe, or like if you have.
How old is this case? It's
This case it happened in 2007. So
I mean,
it's not too
that's
old.
less than 20 years. So
I don't know. I don't know legal aspects.
Who knows?
But yeah. So if you can handle these topics again, join us on our next session. We are always live on Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. on the radio, and I usually post this on YouTube and Spotify. I recently just made a YouTube account for this, so I used to post this on Alonce, and I just got the green light to post this on my own YouTube and put it on Spotify as well.
Yo, how many subscribers are you gonna get, Lucy?
How many
subscribers? Ooh, what?
100 subscribers? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I should do it.
The 100 subscriber special. It's like some horrible case.
Oh my god, bro! I always be talking about horrible cases. But yeah, I mean, like, I really like doing radio because I might continue doing this, like, when I transfer to College Station, because I don't know, it looks good on my resume too. If I put like, hey, I have my own podcast and radio, I do true crime cases, so like it shows I have research. Like, I do a lot of research for these cases, obviously.
It's a hobby as well.
And also, it improves my like speech because I'm really bad at talking. Like.
Maybe you need to take a communications class. Yeah.
I think I am.
I think it's another requirement.
Next year.
Well, this is boring. Let's get into the case. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, some background. His name is Jose Luis Calvas Zepeda. I'm probably saying this wrong because I don't speak Spanish, right? And so some background information, obviously, is he's a Mexican writer, a poet, and a writer of tales of horror, like horror stories, I believe.
Of course it's some dude who writes horror stories, bro. Come on. So
his father died when he was 2, and his mother used to bring a bunch of men to his house, and he was, like, forced to call them dad. Which was kind of weird, if you think about it.
Imagine being one of those guys. Could you imagine that? That's
no, like, I think his mom or the guys told him to call him dad. Like, call me papi type shit.
Oh, that's kind of gross. It's kind of gross.
I don't know. So when he was 7, he would be raped by a 16-year-old friend of his older brother. And there wasn't really detail about it. Like, there's not a lot of detail about this dude. Like, I have like 6 sources, and I cannot find anything about him really. He's not very well known.
What about his works? Are they well known? What about his works? Are they well known?
No, because like he's not a famous writer or anything like that. So, Jose's neighbors would say he was like a quiet and reserved dude, and but a manager of a nearby pizza shop would tell like El Universal newspaper that he gave the impression of being a hypocrite and someone very concerned with being accepted. I don't know, take that with a grain of salt, right? Because like, you know, a lot of people, when they find out that you did something horrendous, they'll be like, oh yeah, like he totally is like a bad person. You know what I mean? So
yeah, when I do things that are horrendous, I'm usually like, oh, I hope nobody thinks I'm a bad person.
Like, they would start like saying random shit to like be like, oh yeah, I was right, this person was bad, when most of the time they were deceived and they don't want to seem like they were deceived. Does that make sense?
Not at all. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I'm lost. It's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. So I don't know. Jose was actually a cocaine and alcoholic, cocaine addict and alcoholic.
A man after my own heart.
So
I'm joking. I jest. I am not.
he dated a lot of women, right? And he would force his girlfriends to sell his poetry and like cruelly bound photocopied quotation mark books on the streets to make some money for these drugs and alcohol.
He was pimping his women to go sell books. To sell books.
And his poetry, I don't know. He's a little weird, right?
Yeah, like
so
that seems kind of.
Yeah, and they'll be sold for $1 a piece on city streets. So he would mainly date drugstore women or like anyone that works at a pharmacy to get access to clonazepam, which is an anti-seizure medication which was also used to treat anxiety. I don't know what it really does to the body. So he would meet his girlfriends, and most of them were like I said, pharmacists or drugstore attendants and single mothers. So the reason why he focused on drugstore workers was because he was looking for women who were relatively poor, vulnerable, or easy to impress or dominate. Right? I don't know. Like I don't know the stereotype of like pharmacists.
I know the
like
pharmacists have like the highest suicide rate in like all medical
professions.
Really? Yeah, it's supposedly like a bad profession. And
like, is it hard or like?
I think it's just you're standing there in a small room surrounded by drugs all day. Like what exactly are you doing other than filling prescriptions? So I think it's something. But I know we've checked the statistics before. It's the highest.
Really?
Yeah, it's the highest medical.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you just like did this research at it for like funsies?
Well, we were looking at who's the highest field in the medical profession that
just like
suicide.
Came into your head.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. What's the second? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Do you remember the first?
I know lawyers are a close second when it comes to the rates, though. So like the lawyers and then pharmacists are like kind of neck and neck.
Damn, bro. Oh, you cooked.
Yeah, I know.
No. You're too awesome. No, bro. Don't do it. If I have to suffer, you have to suffer.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, bro. Besties for lifers. But he would also he had acquaintance that would co-sign his apartment lease, and he said that the way in which he treated his girlfriends, it seemed like a classic dominant and submissive relationship. He would say things like, "Who told you you could talk?" What?
Bro, I'm sorry. I can think about like cringy guys.
Yeah,
talking to their girls. I've heard some conversations.
I've seen
like
it
that.
in real life. Like I know somebody, or I've seen this one person. Like I remember I saw them in the hallway, and I looked at them for a split second, and I was with a friend, and he was like, "Hey, stop looking at her." Excuse me.
Like, bro, who do you think you are? Like, we're going through this hallway in a public place. Like, what you want?
Don't look at her. Stop it.
Dude.
Some Discord mod stuff, bro.
Ooh, the Discord mod.
I've seen Discord mods on this campus. You know what? Keep slaying.
Lucy, yeah, please don't get upset, bro. Like, don't
get
diss the audience.
My fault.
You have to remember.
Yes, bro. I love y'all. It's just like, it's just like I just found that experience funny. That the dude was like, "Stop looking at her." Okay, bro, my fault. You can't. She's all yours. She all yours. Like, I have somebody. I'm good. I'm chilling.
Okay, Lucy. All right, dog. Let's get back to the case. Let's hear about
basically, he would pass off. He would actually lie to these women a lot, being like, "Oh, I'm a playwright. I'm a television personnel, reporter, a novelist, an actor, and a poet."
Wait, he's literally like everything, bro.
I guess like the iconic. I guess like still to this day, like I guess some.
Was he catfishing before catfishing was a thing? Like, is that basically what's happening?
When was catfishing a thing?
Well, I mean, like with the internet, I assume. Now, don't quote me on that. I don't know the history of catfishing.
I feel like catfishing happened before, like back then, like when they would write
like, what
letters.
Are you gonna do? Letters.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have like.
I'm 6 foot and I've got a massive jawline, and I like abs of steel. Yeah, really, really.
Yes, bro.
Through pen and quill, huh? Or was it a quilling paper. I don't know, dude. It's been a long day. All right, let's go.
But yeah, I don't know. But I only know that he was like a writer and a poet. Like he liked to do that shit. So
he's good with the words. He can manipulate those girls.
That's
what I'm hearing.
Look,
Hey,
bro.
sounds like a few of my exes. Hey, bazinga.
Bazinga. All right. So, his former girlfriend, Veronica R. We won't say her last name for her privacy reasons and safety reasons, right? She would recall that he must have a super personality to charm me the way he did. So she's actually a 40-year-old drugstore employee. He would read his poetry to her when they were dating in August, right? And that's how he raised her up with like a lot of women with like poetry.
Sorry, I'm like Tay-Zondaing because I'm burping.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, no, it's chill.
These mics catch everything.
Do they actually?
Let one loose, bro. They know.
Oh fuck. Okay.
But
what was I saying? Oh yeah. Okay. He has to be like kind of a normal dude if he's able to like, you know, flirt with these women and be successful.
What do you mean by kind of normal? Because here's the thing. Ted Bundy, for example.
That's
like,
true.
He quotation marks raised up all these women.
Okay.
You know?
What is up with like serial killers and mad riz? What?
I don't know.
Dude.
Well, okay, it's either mad riz or like, or they just like are, they have like no riz.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Like me. Yeah. I
But what? Are you saying you're a serial killer, bro?
No.
Is this you're coming out to me right now?
I'm saying I got no riz. That's not what
me too,
that's not
bro.
what I was saying.
Me too, bro.
All right.
Okay, bro.
But I'm just curious, like, especially because his childhood did not seem to be...
Well, okay, here's the thing. I couldn't look up a lot of his childhood. The only traumatic thing really in his childhood is his dad died when he was 2. His mom brought home a lot of men that he had called dad, and that he got R-worded when he was 16.
I feel like that would not produce a guy with good riz.
Okay,
you know?
That's true, but...
who knows? Though,
we don't know. Like, we never lived their life, and everyone experiences it differently, you know?
Yeah.
So... Alexandra Galeana. I'm sorry. I'm probably saying these things wrong. She would be Jose's current girlfriend, right? And she would be 32. And then Sola de Garevito, Alexandra's mother, would describe Jose as a very vain person. Everything was me. Exactly what she said.
Yeah, I bet. I bet that's how every conversation went.
So, in October 2007, right, when Jose was 38 years old, forces of the Federal Preventive Police went to Jose's house. This is like the Mexican police, right? And they came to arrest him under the suspicion that he was responsible for the disappearance of his girlfriend, Alexandra. And she was last seen October 6th, right? He was found to be eating a dish of human remains seasoned with lemon or lime.
I mean, at least he seasoned it. Like,
he would try to escape by jumping out the window and, like jumping down from balcony to balcony from his upper floor apartment. But he would severely injure himself and then captured. Right. So they would send him to the hospital because he was injured, you know.
He was like almost 40 doing this. He was 38. You
38.
Said? Jesus Christ.
Yes, bro. The athleticism. If you think, well, I don't know how athletic 40, like almost 38-year-olds are.
My back already hurts. I don't know what he's like on, bro.
Oh yeah, I got like crazy bone problems too, bro. Oh my god. But they would send him to the hospital after his arrest, and they would treat him for his head injuries. And he would also undergo I don't know why it said it like this, a battery of psychological testing. I don't know if battery is the right word, but I couldn't figure out what they mean. I guess like they meant like a lot of like psychological testing.
I think extensive amounts of testing, just because, you know, if he's eating people, I'd assume
a little
he needs
freaky.
to be tested.
Yeah. So okay, the police found in his apartment a mutilated body of his girlfriend Alexandra in Jose's closet. It was her mutilated torso, right? Human meats in the refrigerator, the lower part of a leg presumed to be Alexandra's, a frying pan with cooked human remains, Alexandra's, a plate of human meat seasoned with lemon, Alexandra's. It was mainly arm meat on the plate. Human bones in a cereal box.
A cereal box? What was it, like Cheerios or something?
I don't know. It just said a cereal box. chunks of flesh beside pieces of lime and lemon. This actually led the police to believe that Jose seasoned Alexandra's forearm with these limes and lemons, and it was thought to be that it was he did this after he allegedly strangled, hacked, and fried up parts of her body. Knives, a box cutter, bloodstains, and a pair of shoelaces that may have been used to strangle her. A unfinished book titled I can't say this because I
did he make a manifesto? Did he really?
Is that manifesto? What's that?
Like what's it called?
Manifesting all this to happen?
No, it's usually like a book. I know. Didn't the what is his name? The gentleman who shipped the boxes. He produced a manifesto. It's usually crazy people make these books about their ideologies. And
no. Okay. So it was an unfinished book titled in Spanish, right? It's Cannibal Instincts or 12 Days.
Oh, right? he was writing a novel. Oh, okay.
So on the cover page, it was a mass image of the silent lamb killer Hannibal Lecter. Fun fact: Silent of the Lambs was inspired by Ed Gein. That was the first case I did. He inspired a lot of movies, but I've never actually watched them. I'm thinking about it. But the photo has been altered to resemble Jose's face, right? So he would actually was alleged to believe he killed other women whose dismembered bodies were found crammed in cardboard boxes and suitcases in Mexico City in 2004 and 2007. They were both strangled, and one of them would be found in April and was missing hands and feet, and the other was found in 2004, which would be his former girlfriend Veronica, right? Not the one that's alive. So there's two Veronicas from what I've seen. And so during trial, like, this case is super short, by the way. I don't know if I can go on and yap forever with this, but so one of the witnesses will tell prosecutors that Jose was fascinated with animal porn, witchcraft, and a explicit and statistic novel, 120 Days of Sodom. Do you know what that book is about?
I have no idea. I don't read.
I don't read either, but I've heard of this book before. I've heard of how freaky this book can be, or a serial killer that I did research before read it. So it's a group of fascists round up 9 adolescent boys and girls and subjected them to 120 days of physical, mental, and sexual torture. That's what the book is about.
That's a terrible, terrible novel. Who would write that? Jesus.
I don't know. And shoot, I forgot to look up what Sodom was, because I remember I looked it up, but I didn't put in my script what it was, but I remember it was something bad or something like that, or something freaky. So he would be charged with murder and eating his girlfriend, and he would supposedly express remorse for her death, and he would acknowledge killing her and cutting her body up after a violent drug and alcohol fueled argument, but denied that he ate her flesh. So the reason why they believed he would say that he cooked the flesh to feed it to the neighborhood dogs as a way to get rid of them, but authorities would doubt the story, noting that he carefully cleaned, cooked, and seasoned her flesh with lime and lemon. If you were feeding it to dogs, you wouldn't cook her, season her. You know what I mean? And also, it was found his fork, the fork on the plate had her arm meat on it. So there's no way you're feeding it to the dogs. If it's similar to this, I forgot. I really want to do this case. I just don't remember what it was called. There's a case where this guy would feed his victims' bodies to pigs because pigs eat everything.
Yeah, no, I would not want to end up in a pig's stomach. That's for sure.
I don't like pigs. I really don't. I don't like eating pork either.
I do love bacon.
Because my cousin's Muslim, so he was telling me the main reason my family doesn't eat it because pigs are considered very dirty, and it's just and there's so many parasites in them and stuff like that, because they do live in their filth.
I mean, there's a lot of animals that do that.
Yeah,
I know cows
are
also
So he would be accused killing. Also, he would also be accused of killing his former girlfriend Veronica, and the other body was supposed to be a prostitute known as La Jarocha. I don't know anything about her, right? So the police said his two girlfriends shared similar ages and appearances, and they both work in pharmacies or as drugstore workers, right? Mm-hmm. And he would confess pre-trial, and he was suspected of, actually two to eight other murders. So we know the two, and then like the other six I don't know about.
I wonder how long do we know when the first, I guess, body was found? Because then, like, give a
2004.
Timeline. Okay, so for about what 3-4 years he was.
Well, 2004, it's not confirmed, and I'll
Okay.
get to why it's not confirmed, right? So, excuse me. He would have been likely charged with homicide count that carries a maximum sentence of 50 years in prison. He would actually refuse to also make a formal plea saying, "I can't get my thoughts together right now." So, the reason why I said that um we don't know and it's not confirmed is because he would hang himself in Mexico City jail cell at December 11, 2007 between the times of 6 a.m. to 6:30. There was no suicide note found, and this was also during his pretrial, right? And it was around, and this was also around the clock during around the clock observation. So
They definitely let him. There's no way that.
I don't know. I don't know how like the justice system in Mexico is. So I was thinking about getting Marie on, but cause like she probably knows. But I don't know.
Yeah, she'd be more knowledgeable.
Mhm.
But I mean, come on. If there's around the clock watch, what about was this after the psych evals too?
Yeah. I didn't get anything about those psych evals. I'm telling you, there's like nothing about this dude. So it was a little bit harder to research this case, cause like I guess it's not as well known. So, relatives will also tell local news media that Jose has reported receiving threats from other inmates who were allegedly attempting to extort money from him. Jose would have this, but here's the thing though: Jose had this cell to himself, but it still apparently had some contact with other inmates. Right? It would be a later denied that Jose was being threatened or beaten by other inmates because it couldn't have been during the murder, quotation marks, the murder or suicide, right? Because he had reinforced his locked cell door with wire and shoelaces tied from the inside. I don't know how he got these wires. I don't
Isn't it
know.
like the first thing they take from you?
They take like everything away from you.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like they wouldn't give you shoelaces and wiring.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, maybe it's different down there, but I don't know. So he would, Alexandra's mother would describe his death as a divine retribution. And I quote, she would say, "I don't wish death on anybody, but I feel this was divine justice. I don't take pleasure in this man's death, but I have seen there is a God and that he is with me." So that was a really short case. That's actually
That's it though. Yeah,
That's
I know
it.
the last case we talked about was like there was a lot of information.
Oh, that's that one. That case is kind of short compared to cases I usually do. I used to have like 2-parters or 3-parters.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Multiple episodes devoted to one case. Is that?
it's long. The other cases are long because they're serial killers. So I talk about the victims as well, or I try to if I see anything about them. But
It would be interesting to see if any of the records are still available.
I did look up at the records, but like it's just about the crime, and also we don't have a lot because he killed himself during pre-trial.
Yeah, so there's no interrogation.
There's no real like trial or anything.
Yeah, that's kind of like spooky. Just I'd love to actually read one of his novels though. That would.
I might look into it.
Yeah, because I think that would be really interesting.
I also have like I don't know if anyone would be interested in it, but I've actually thought about like maybe for the podcast when I post this or on YouTube, I could like put up photos of the crime scene if it's not way too much.
Dude, that's YouTube. I don't know about the YouTube terms and conditions. Their policy is kind of strange. I don't know. I don't know if that's like allowed or not. I know I've heard news of like some people putting it like on a Patreon or something, and they have it all locked just because it's like weird. I don't know.
I'm thinking about it. But I'm not doing it for this crime, if in general, because it is. I saw the photos like right away when I was looking up one of my sources, and it was graphic.
I mean, I'm not surprised that you say there's like body parts all around the apartment.
Yeah. So that's a really short case. that was the Guerrero Cannibal of Mexico. So I guess tune in for next week. Actually, I'm debating if I should do next week or not because of Thanksgiving. But we'll see. We'll see. I probably will.
Wednesday. I mean, I can't show up, so you're gonna have to get Maria. And I know I'm the fan favorite and all.
Oh yeah, you are the fan favorite, bro.
Yeah, that's why I was brought back, guys. Everybody was
yes,
like,
bro,
"Oh,
yes, bro. I was actually
there's
begging.
so much fan mail." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I guess I have to show up again." That's crazy. I definitely didn't text her and go, "Hey, I'm almost out of class. Can I pull up?" So.
All right, that's it.
I mean, 30 minutes, less than. Are you sure? That's it.
That's it. I mean, there's no way I can extend this case.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye-bye.